Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And I was really excited for this film when the trailers dropped. I thought this looked absolutely amazing, and the footage that they showed of all this monster mayhem got me super excited for this film. Trailers didn't lie, the monster mayhem was amazing in this film. A lot of the other stuff didn't really work for me. But Michael Dougherty was the one who wrote and directed this film, and he took over for Gareth Edwards, who did the 2014 Godzilla film. That film, my biggest problem with was, and honestly it really wasn't the fact that there wasn't enough Godzilla in it, it was the fact that you spend so much time in this film with this one character played by Aaron Taylor Johnson that I didn't think was very interesting. If he was more interesting, I probably would have loved that film. Or maybe if you just followed Bryan Cranston. But they didn't. And I was hoping for this film that there would be more monsters, and there were. And the scenes that the monsters are in this are really cool, really awesomely shot sequences. And honestly, there's a couple points where I thought I was watching like Pokemon or something, and all the crazy moves that they were doing, and it was really cool. And I really enjoyed it. My biggest problem is there still should have been more. There still should have been more monster interactions and monster fights in this film, because there's long stretch of time where they weren't there. And honestly, most of the characters weren't very interesting. This film kept switching so much as like the direction it was going, where people's allegiance were, or their thought processes. Kind of got a little bit confusing of how people really felt. There was only a few characters that were like, this is how I'm feeling about this film. And Kyle Chandler, who plays the main, I guess, closest thing to the human hero that they have in this film, I really liked him. I thought he had a good performance, and he was pretty consistent throughout. But some of the thought processes of people and certain things they didn't pick up on until it was convenient, I guess, for the film, felt dumb. And a lot of the characters weren't really fleshed out. Like, there's characters like Charles Dance and Sally Hawkins characters that really don't have much to do in this movie. Like Vera Farmiga, she's a big part of this film, and she's a great actress. Still didn't really buy what the hell she was doing. But Millie Bobby Brown actually did a really good job in this film. I was really impressed with her. Thomas Middleditch felt odd, and there's a couple of his jokes that just fell flat. But probably the best human character in this is the one played by Ken Watanabe. It's like, you care about him in the first film, and you build on it here, and I feel like he had a really, really great emotional moment. And speaking of characters, some of the most interesting characters were the actual creatures. Especially Ghidorah and its different heads each had their own personality, which was really cool. The monsters were cool, the fights were awesome, the human characters in terms of the story weren't super interesting to me. But the thing is, it's not like, oh my god, this was atrocious, I never want to watch one of these movies again. I just hope that they make us care more about these human characters at some point, because, you know, Godzilla vs. King Kong comes out next year. But I can guarantee you those fights are going to be awesome. And the score, though, for this film was really, really cool, with Bear McCreary's score that he made, the different themes for the different monsters. A really awesome ode to Godzilla from the original theme from the first Godzilla film. And then, of course, Serge Tankinen's take on the Blue Oyster Cult song, Godzilla, which was a lot of fun. They stuck that in the trailers. They were really selling it, stuck it somewhere in this movie. But it's a lot of dumb fun. It's a big monster movie, and I enjoyed it for that. And if that's all you want out of this movie, you might have some long stretches of time where it's like, you want the monsters, but when they come back, there's really cool sequences, one of which was a really awesome chase, and there's a lot of fun monster battles in it. And honestly, probably what you're going to see this movie for. But if that's what you are going to see it for, you'll probably enjoy this film. If you wanted anything deeper and more thoughtful, not really there. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Tell me why I'm wrong. Or tell me why you also felt a bit mixed about the film or absolutely loved it. Or I've seen some people absolutely hate this film. It's very divisive, and that means there's a lot to be talked about between people, so let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for supporting your Wasteland reviewer.